Well,
be my guest, sir.
That sucked.
What, our intro or what we're going to talk about?
No, I know what we just watched. That kind of that kind of blew.
Ooh, hard.
Yeah, and in a lot of ways, you want to let's kick it off with the match that didn't happen.
Okay, so let's just tell people what we're doing here. WrestleMania 27 review. Enough said. Yeah. You're going to hear a lot from us on this.
We actually weren't able to get onto the broadcast until about
25 minutes in.
Yeah, because of DirecTV is evil.
Yeah.
But
we did catch the end of the first match and the gist of it, and watch the remainder of the show. Let's start with what was missing from the show: the mystery ninth match that wound up being a dark match. Daniel Bryan was supposed to take on Sheamus. But that show got bumped, and according to live reports, was moved to a dark match, and then made a battle royal halfway through the match.
US title.
Won by the Great Khali. So that's what you have to look forward to.
I thought surely either Sheamus or Bryan.
No. Great Khali apparently.
No, he doesn't.
According to the live reports.
Anymore.
No.
They said he went back to India.
He won.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I was hoping you were just trolling me about that.
I think you had some words you had to share with the audience, though, on how you felt about it.
Fuck.
So not words, word.
Fuck.
Let's get to the actual show, shall we?
Dumb bastards. Anyway, yeah.
Daniel Bryan will eventually make his WrestleMania pay-per-view.
I think he should go back to ROH.
ROH.
So, we came in just kind of towards the end,
last 4 or 5 minutes,
middle to end-ish of Edge versus Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship, which was the opener. Don't ask me why.
I don't necessarily have a problem with it, but at the same time,
it's a world title match. It shouldn't be opening the show.
There were a lot of other choices for show opener.
Yeah.
But the finish we liked.
It was fun. I mean, nothing surprising happened with Christian, which I kind of expected, and Del Rio didn't win, which I also kind of expected. So that was kind of interesting. I think they kind of did a lot of weird burying of Del Rio. They didn't book him
up until Mania. Yeah.
Up until Mania, they didn't book him to win anything. At Mania, he didn't win, and then they smashed his car, and he basically cried over its remains. So
I don't really know where you go from.
I don't know. But whatever. Edge rules. So
after that, we had
the best match of the night.
was the best match on the card.
Yes.
Cody Rhodes took on Rey Mysterio in a revenge match.
Absolutely excellent match, and the best part about it was that was Rhodes, and we haven't been following the show. I had no idea what angle they were doing this. I knew Mysterio was wrestling Rhodes, but I didn't know the storyline going into it. Soon as he came out, I knew what was going on. As soon as he came out, the music, the Titantron, the gear, and the mask, I knew exactly what was going on. And then, of course, they did their very nice recaps, which was cool. But the match was really, really good. Lots of false finishes.
Mysterio was at his old form again.
Yeah, Mysterio did great.
Did an excellent job. And Cody Rhodes, just so much impact. And who knew how strong this guy was? Wow.
That suplex was
powerful. The Alabama Slam he pulled off, too.
Absolutely phenomenal match. And that is the kind of thing that I would like to see from WWE programming. But, unfortunately, that's not going to be what people talk about from tonight. Which is sad, because it was really good, and I love Rhodes going over. So, like we thought he would, but I was afraid they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So then we had the Snoop Dogg segment.
Moving on.
You had fun with the Snoop Dogg segment with the.
Good God, no.
With Masters doing the thing.
For those of you wondering when Hornswoggle was going to Hornswoggle was actually going to talk, he rapped.
Yeah, it was really weird because. We watched the Rhodes Mysterio match, and I was kind of going, okay, and then they did that.
You got me hooked. We're good. No, going back to the water. Yeah, so then they followed that up with one of the shortest WrestleMania matches in history.
Yeah, the eight-man tag. The Core, and then Big Show, Kane, Morella, and Kingston, who was filling in for Kozlov for
no apparent
reason. Probably because they were like, "Hey, this guy sucks."
Well, they did a beatdown storyline angle before Mania where the core attacked Kozlov.
Probably because they were like, "Hey, this guy sucks."
Yeah, Kozlov was like, "Please don't put me in that match. I'm not that good."
The match was not that good either. It was very short.
I think my dad said it best. He said that was a 4-on-4.
Yeah,
I don't even remember seeing 4 people in that match. Yeah, that's. I think the core had one person actually tagged in for most of the match.
They had Slater and
Slater took the pinfall.
Slater was pretty much the legal man for the core throughout the entire match. Jackson got involved a couple of times, but Barrett was non-existent, which I find incredibly amusing. He didn't do anything.
At this point in the show, your U.S. champion is bumped, and your IC champion pulls off no offense in his match.
Didn't do anything.
Your mid-card squashed. Officially squashed.
Oh, and your tag team champions as well.
Yeah, the tag champs. Oh, by the way.
Yeah. In case you had forgotten. And your Divas champion, for the record, was not in a match either, but she did have a very amusing backstage skit with The Rock and Mae Young, except that it wasn't very amusing at all.
I like how you swerved our audience.
Yeah.
Amusing? No.
I will say that the confrontation between Rock and Austin was excellent.
Yeah, it certainly they addressed the proverbial
the elephant in the room, as you like to say, the pink elephant in the room.
Will they actually face each other? They're both in the same arena tonight, and they did it, and it was kind of cool.
It was good, but that was really short, like the 8-man tag. Then we had Orton Punk.
A close second, I think, for match of the night.
Yeah.
Punk and Orton
really good too.
Did a really good job of telling the story of the match, and I loved the build-up with the promo package, and WWE always does a great job with that. And, the match itself had a great story surrounding it, and they told a really good story in the match itself. The only problem we had with it was there was a lot of facial expressions. It's kind of like watching an episode of The Office. It was there was a whole lot of telling.
I didn't. Well, they're both playing kind of psycho, so I didn't mind that so much. But
yeah, but as we complained throughout the night, is like, move along, people. Can we get a little more wrestling and a little more, out of each match? No.
Well, I mean, the only reason we felt that way about the match was because we hadn't seen the later matches yet. Because if we had, then we would have been like, sweet, this is moving right along.
Yeah. Next.
But good match, really good match, good finish. Just overall good stuff from these two. And really, what do you expect, especially if you let Orton work with Punk, he's going to do something good.
Yep.
I'm not going to go ahead and talk about this one, at least not very much.
I'll take it from here. For our journalistic integrity, I will report on the next match on the card, which was Jerry the King Lawler taking on Michael Cole in a 5-hour match.
I think it was 6 hours.
It went pretty much the length of the pay-per-view. There was a whole lot of fodder before the match started. I'm not really that's kind of what we felt like during the match. But then Lawler eventually took over the match, won the match. It was kind of an entertaining finish anyway, where Cole was trying to tap out and Austin just kept asking if he was quitting.
That was funny.
But the anonymous Raw GM emailed the show, yes, continue taking me seriously, this did actually happen, and reversed the decision. So Jerry Lawler's WrestleMania debut officially counts as a loss if you are keeping score.
By disqualification.
And Lawler celebrated as if he had achieved something. Or Cole.
Well, they had Cole did. They had the beer fest with Booker T.
Booker T got the stunner. And Swagger got a stunner.
Yeah, whatever. Moving on. Yeah. It sucked.
That match took up way too much time and further cements the stupidity in the booking department that, as we'll get to at the end, they couldn't book 9 matches into a 4-hour show and had to bump 2 wrestlers off for this match.
At that point, I can't confirm this right now. I don't have numbers in front of me, but I believe that was the longest match up to that point on the show. Or at least came close to. I think the opener was probably pretty close to that. But yeah, just a complete mess. Yeah. So then we got Triple H versus The Undertaker 2. If you're, remembering that kind of thing when they met at WrestleMania 17 10 years ago. And this match, I don't know. It was okay. It wasn't bad. Let's just try to break this down. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
I was frustrated with the pacing, as I pointed out.
Extremely
with,
slow.
With Triple H versus Sheamus last year at WrestleMania 26, we were there live. The first thing we felt during that match was, why is it 4 minutes into this match that both wrestlers who are Triple H, known for going 20-plus minutes with guys, are suddenly so exhausted? And it just felt like 5 minutes into this match, both guys were literally at their guts' end.
Yeah.
And it made really no sense why they were at that point. They hadn't really done a whole lot to each other.
So 5 minutes in, basically what you got is you would get them, you would get them standing up slowly, and somebody would hit a move, and they'd lie down for another 5 minutes, and they'd stand up slowly, and somebody would do a move.
In the meantime, the audience just didn't seem all that thrilled by what was going on.
They were very weak. Dueling Triple H Taker chants, but they were very, very weak. Like
it just really.
And then, I mean,
I don't know. I wasn't satisfied. The story they attempted to tell in the match, where Triple H had the upper hand and Taker would not give up, and Triple H showed some mercy, and Taker took advantage of that. I don't know. I kind of liked it at first, but then when Triple H had the match won and Taker kicked out miraculously.
I mean, here's the thing. If you're going to book the match like they did, which is, Triple H wailing on Taker, Taker won't go down. Finally, Taker grabs him by the neck, and Triple H shoves him away, and Taker has nothing left, and he's on his knees, just like Shawn Michaels from a year ago. It's great stuff. It's great drama. And Triple H does this and gets him into his own tombstone piledriver and drops him. I didn't want it to happen, but that's when Triple H wins the match.
Yeah,
if you're going to book it that way, that's when he makes the pinfall.
Yeah.
Okay? After that, I'm sorry, I don't buy Taker kicking out, and then I certainly don't buy him locking on the Hell's Gate submission and winning the thing. I didn't want Triple H to win. I thought it would be stupid, and I was going to be pissed if it happened.
As well.
But, you know what? It was just... I just didn't think it was very good booking, personally.
And P.S., the referee in this match sucked hard.
It was like... Yeah, he did. But it was like they were trying to... God, we really want to give Triple H the win here. And then somebody came in at the end and was like, no, you can't.
Yeah, probably Mark Calloway.
Probably Vince McMahon. I mean,
Son, you're drunk with power. The following match was the 6-person tag match, intergender, mind you, between Trish, John Morrison, and Snooki, taking on the team of Lay Cool and Dolph Ziggler.
This was mercifully short.
We all really didn't, I think everyone, including most of the cast of Jersey Shore, didn't want to see Snooki succeed or do anything in this match worth of anything. And what actually wound up happening is Snooki hit a really entertaining springboard.
Yeah, it was interesting. This match
and pulled off the finish of the match.
This match was kind of a perfect length, almost. I mean, I
honestly
didn't
for
have
what
much
it
problem
was.
with this. You had Trish going at it with the other women.
And Trish looked
for a while.
phenomenal.
Trish looked great.
Phenomenal.
She was, in more ways than one. She was, she was doing all her moves. She was doing good stuff. It was good. Ziggler doesn't involve. Morrison does the Starship Pain to the outside, which was sick. And then Snooki comes in, does her little backflips, and gets the pin. It was perfectly serviceable.
And if you're going the entertainment route, that's what we're willing to accept. That?
Well, I'll take that. We'll take that. But as long as we get something else that's worth watching.
So off of that, we had and we kind of had a lull following that Triple H Taker match because there were many in the audience who still were into that match anyway, and they did the whole angle after the match where Taker was like seeing the light and possibly dead. So after that, we bring ourselves down with the entertainment portion of the show, and then Cena versus The Miz is your main event,
and it was nothing.
And it was nothing. There were 2 huge video packages. One for The Miz that was great.
The Miz's video package
followed by an awful entrance. And then Cena's video package, which was decent, followed by an awful entrance. And then a match that equaled the length of the entrances combined.
It was bad.
It ended in a count-out, but The Rock came out. He was going to save the day. The GM emailed the show. The Rock threw the laptop away, said, I'm going to restart this match. Restarts the match. And then attacks Cena, allowing The Miz to win. Right.
And then
your thoughts?
And then beats up Miz. Fuck it. I don't care anymore. Honestly, that's my thoughts. If this is the kind of main event they're going to put on, blow me.
It sucked. It really sucked, and we're really disappointed.
8 matches in 4 hours. Screw you. I'm done.
ROH all the way. ROH.